What's good, LBK? Y'all know what time it is, right? It is time to focus on this stormy Sunday as I record Focus LBK show episode 40 for the week beginning June 10th. Today we got a good show for y'all. We are literally counting down the days until we get our office, our permanent location. We're going to be over at the Community Revitalization Center, owned by the Roots Historical Arts Committee, Miss Shirley Green and her crew. Looks like I'm going to be neighbors with Ricky Sherfield over there. So that's going to be cool, man. They got two camera dudes in the same building, boy. We finna wreak some havoc. It's gonna be all kind of stuff getting photographed and captured. All kind of moments in time. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. But hey, before we get too deep into that, I just want to let you know, we're going to talk about, as usual, what's going on. We got a lot of Juneteenth stuff. Juneteenth kicked off yesterday at the Patterson Library. And we attended the book tasting brunch over there, Mr. Nugent and I. We're going to get into that a little bit. We're also going to, of course, let you know what's going on. And we're going to talk about out and about that book tasting brunch. We're going to talk about a little bit about we spent some time at a nice concert last night, dressed all up with your mama. I mean, Yo-Yo Ma is what I meant to say, not your mama. Yo-Yo Ma, not your mama. Nah, I'm just playing with you. But check it out. As y'all know, Juneteenth kicked off. The whole month of celebrations has already officially started. Saturday, June the 8th, they had that pre-Father's Day book tasting brunch. And that was really dope. But before we get into that, I want to let you know, Monday, June 10th, is the official celebration kickoff. Press and Media Day. That's going to be at 1:30 at Patterson Library. You know your boy is probably going to be up there checking that out and filming and might even be there in my official capacity with the city of Lubbock. Who knows? Also, Tuesday, we got the Juneteenth, what is it? Kids and Teen Glow-in-the-Dark Party. There we go. I just made that bigger. Like these kids be doing, looking at my phone. So we got the Glow-in-the-Dark Party. That's going to be 5 to 8 at Patterson Library on Tuesday 11th. Thursday, June 13th, the Juneteenth Open Mic Night at Patterson. June 13th through the 15th, Katori Hall's The Mountain, 7:30 at the First UU. What is the First UU? Do anybody know what the First UU is? First University United? I don't know. It's at the First UU though, whatever it is. Friday, June 14th, they're going to have the Juneteenth Paint and Soiree, 6 to 9 at Cavilles. I think that's Ricky Sherfield's event. Also, Saturday, June 15th, Senior Breakfast at May Simmons. That's going to be 8 to 9:30. Juneteenth Parade is going to be at 10. Freedom Fest is going to be 11:30 to 5 at McKenzie Park. Fireworks and music, 7 p.m. At McKenzie Park. And Juneteenth All Black Affair at the Concrete Rose. I'm about to look that up and peep it out. I don't know what the Concrete Rose is. Anyway, Sunday the 16th, they got the Father's Day Paint and Sippy at the Cavill Museum. Oh, that might be Ricky's event. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who event it is, but I know it's a plethora of things going on. Juneteenth Jamboree, Monday, June 17th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Patterson Library. Patterson is just getting it done. Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth at Ella, 5 to 8 p.m. It's the East Lubbock Art House. Wednesday, June 19th, 5 to 8 p.m. Now, going on back to what we was talking about. Check it out. I wanted to make a special note. We got the farmers market has started up and it is happening. They're accepting vendors throughout the year. The market is open from May 25th through October 19th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they are looking for food trucks to join us each Saturday. So it's every Saturday, May 25th through October 19th, 2024. Downtown Farmers Market every Saturday, 9 to 1, accepting vendors and food trucks. And the location is actually 511 Avenue K, downtown. Yeah. Another cool event that's going on. Looks cool. Anyway, the ABR Academy, Always Be Ready. That's what that stands for, ABR, Always Be Ready. You say, I stay ready. Got the self-defense tactics free class going on. It's going to be at 511 over in West End. It's going to be, let me see. I'm looking for the date and the time. And I am not seeing it. Why would they not put the exact date and time on here? It's a free class. Oh, there you go. I just can't see. I'm getting old. That's all it is. June 13th. Yeah. I don't even see the time though. I feel like it's some information missing off this one, but I bet it probably started at 6 or 7. But anyway, don't take my word on that. It's a free class sponsored by the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. It's June 13th. It's a self-defense tactics training for effective non-lethal defense. Reserve your spot today for the class happening at 511 over in the West End. I might go to that. Y'all know I'm down with that kind of stuff. Check this out. Focus Rehabilitation and Ministry Center has the 100 in working with the 100 black men of West Texas and Returning Citizens Association. I'm gonna say that again. I feel like I butchered that. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about right now, because I'm supposed to be a communicator. I'm an MC, a master of communicating interpretation. Speaking to my folks while I'm seeing through the veil while I'm speaking to the nation. That's one of my old lyrics. Anyway, I'm trying to tell y'all about the Focus Rehabilitation and Ministry Center, working with 100 Black Men of West Texas and Returning Citizens Association, presents Community Wellness Day, Understanding Stress, Addiction, and Mental Health Strategies. They say you can find support, find hope, and get confidential help. People in attendance speaking is going to be Gaston Rougeau Burns. Looks like he's a psychologist and a MAMFIT, whatever that is. I don't know what a MAMFT is. It's his qualification. Something fancy and cool, no doubt. Got Miss Natalie Miller, my sister-in-law, the executive director of Focus RMC, and of course, that brother, Ricky Gaines. They all going to be speaking at the thing. He the executive director of RCA. Y'all know that, the Returning Citizens Association. They all going to be speaking. It's going to be at May Simmons Community Center, 2004 Oak Avenue. And it's going to be on Friday, July 26, 2024, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's a 4-hour event, a community wellness day, understanding stress, addiction, and mental health strategies. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds real good. Now, that's what we got for y'all today, Lubbock. I want to kind of go on and skip to the out and about, or skip ahead into the program a little bit. And the reason I want to do that is because Mr. Nugent and I, my son, Mr. Nugent, named after my great grandfather, Mr. Nugent Jenkins. We had a great time at that dang old book tasting brunch. I couldn't figure out what they meant by book tasting brunch at first, but all I did was kind of go with an open mind. And man, I tell you what it was they had several tables. It was a pre-Father's Day book tasting brunch. So on these several tables, they had different books, and several men, usually older gentlemen, a lot of older gentlemen came. There was me and I think Mr. Clyde Wilson, that's Teresa Wilson's husband. We were the kind of younger parties or fathers represented there, but a lot of the gentlemen were older, a generation ahead of us, or 2 generations ahead of us in some case. But I had a good time, and I asked several of those gentlemen some questions. I was like, what is the most valuable thing you have learned about being a father? What's the best thing about being a father? What just various questions that I asked them about fatherhood, and I just wanted to get their answers because, we had some good talkers up there. It was some people that know how to talk. We had Mr. Tommy Lee Parker was up there. We had Mr. Sean Harris was up there. I think the gentleman's name was Mr. Clarence White was up there. Talked to all those gentlemen. And a couple of more, and we're going to put an article about, how we do. Been a busy weekend, so I haven't been able to tickety-tack that on out, but we're going to get that article out, and probably by Tuesday, we're going to get that article out. I got to give myself a date. If I don't give myself a date and a time, I procrastinate, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that, so we'll try to get that article out Tuesday with some pics from the book tasting brunch. That brother Ricky Sherfield was there too. He don't know it, but I'm gonna get with him. He gonna teach me how to use that flash. I don't know how to take flash photography. I'm a natural light photographer, and I also use constant lights because I'm a videographer. I'm gonna get with him though. You know what I'm saying? we kind of talked about it, but I don't know if he know I was serious. But anyway, it was a real good time. Got some real good insights into being fathers. Man, one of the gentlemen, Mr. Parker, Tommy Parker, who by the way is my second cousin, he's quite a bit older than me. He's my dad's generation. He's about almost 80 years old. Very spry and got his mind to be 80. But anyway, he said that even if, a lot of men don't have fathers and didn't grow up with their fathers, especially in our community, but you always have a father. And he was talking about our heavenly father. You know what I'm saying? And the way he expounded on that was pretty dang deep. That's something, man. I don't know how to relate to the fact that a lot of brothers didn't have their fathers. I was blessed to actually have my father. The funny thing is, I'm so contrary. I'm a contrarian by nature, I guess, and I'm so contrary. It runs so deep, that contrariness, that I actually didn't have my mother. Most people in the black community, well, not most, but many people in the black community, are raised by their mothers, and I was not. I didn't even know my mother. My mother passed away when I was born. I was raised from the age of 4 or so on up by my stepmother, but my dad prior to that was the only person in my life. So I have always had a father, and I've been blessed to have a dad. And there's just certain things that, I don't know, having a dad is, there's certain things that you get from a father and certain things you don't get from a father. But anyway, I'm not going to expound on it too deep, because I'm going to save it for the article. We usually say, let's save it for the program, save it for the air. But I ain't going to tell you on there. I'm going to tell you in the article. So y'all stay tuned for that. But there was some real deep and real insightful answers. The value of fatherhood and lessons learned from fatherhood. And I wish there was something. What I would like to do really is try any way I can to help the black community foster and regain the understanding that two-family household or two-parent households are critically important to the success of our community. Nowadays, everybody want to talk about politics. Everybody want to have political power, and they want to get out the vote and elect who you're supposed to. Guess what? Even President Obama said it don't matter if there's a black man in the White House. It matters if there's a black man in your house. And that's real. If you really want to, it's to the point where I was looking at an article on the Independent Institute. It's a libertarian think tank, and they had crunched the numbers on this and found that if you control for having two parents in the household, as long as there's two parents in the household, two solid good parents, obviously we ain't talking about two knuckleheads. When you compare black families to white families to Hispanics and everything, I think I've mentioned this before, but it's critically important. When you have two parents in the household, the differences in black performance compared to white people and other segments of society disappear. The differences disappear when you have two parents in your household. The rate of incarceration gets to be close to equal across all the races, if you have two parents in the house. The rate of high school graduation, single parent homes, black people lag behind everybody as far as graduating high school. You got two parents in the household, the rates are almost equal. You see how important two parents are? And it's usually the father that's not there. So we talk about Father's Day. I would say, man, if you a young brother out there, if you are a father, don't be scared to be a father. I was telling a gentleman the other day at the book tasting brunch how I wasn't really afraid when I had my kids, when we had our children. I wasn't really scared to be a father. I wasn't really concerned about not knowing how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I felt confident simply because my dad was always there and I had a good role model in that. All I had to do was think back to what he did. And in some cases, think back to what he did and so I won't do it. I had to think back to his example and follow it. That's all I had to do. It's hugely important to have a male in the household, and don't buy into this modern day culture. And they try to tell women, you can do, girl, go. Yes, you go, queen. You slay. You don't need a man. Yes, you do need a man, and a man needs you. The future needs you to realize that you need a man. And the future needs men to realize they need to be there for their families. And not just any old piece of man. Get you a good man if you can. And brothers, man, being a man is hard. Being a woman is hard, I'm sure, too. I wouldn't know. I'm not one. But being a man is definitely hard. If you're traditionally minded like I am, the man is the head of the household. Is also, what that means is when you say head of the household, it don't mean you the big bad boss. It means you take responsibility for the success or failure of your household. The buck stops here. That president, who was it, Truman, used to say the buck stops here. When you the man, when you the head of your family, head of your household, the buck stops with you. Everything that goes right is good, and it's due to your family. It's due to everybody else. Everything that goes wrong is due to you. So they used to always teach us in the military. When your people do well, that's because they are talented and smart and capable of doing well. If your people do not do well, that's because you didn't do your job. To me, that's how I see fatherhood. Same thing to me. That is kind of scary, and I see why a lot of people might run away from it. But guess what? To me, man, I would say that it's probably the most beautiful thing that I've ever done. It's the most difficult thing that I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done, being a father. And I feel like I fail at it every day in some way, form, or fashion. But my kids seem to be okay, so my failures didn't damage them too deeply. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyway, I said I was going to write an article, and I still am. We got some pictures too, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. At Book Tasting Brunch, man, it was such a good thing. And that's what Teresa Wilson, she's the branch manager up there at the Patterson Library. She was telling us, like, we really need men to come out. So they have a book club that they do every month. And y'all excuse me, I don't have the details right here, but they have a book club, and men don't come, and they want men to come. Part of the reason that sometimes men don't come is I don't think men knew that it was for us, because it's all women involved, so we just assumed that it was a woman thing. But Teresa says, no, it is definitely not a woman thing. They want men there too. They want us there, brothers, so please let us do that. I know one thing. I'm looking down here because I got a monitor right there. I need to be looking right here. So y'all excuse my eye line if it's off. But talking about men going to these, being involved in the community, being involved at the library. Man, brothers, I encourage y'all. If you're scared, don't be. If you're nervous, don't be. Put yourself out there and get out there and mix and mingle with your folks, because they need us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The other thing that I kind of wanted to hit on, went out to the Buddy Holly Hall, that big pretty building right there off Marshall Sharp, and we peeped out Yo Yo Ma, not your mama. Peeped out Yo Yo Ma. Lubbock Symphony Orchestra was playing the music of Dvorak, classical music composer. And I would say this. I know Yo Yo Ma is a world-class cat, and I know it costs buku dinero para traerle aquí, to bring him to Lubbock. It costs a lot of money. But I have to be honest, I enjoyed the good old Lubbock Symphony Orchestra very much before Yo Yo Ma, Yo Mama, even came on. Now, not saying that he wasn't good. He was amazing, actually, because where everybody else was reading the music and playing, he was playing the lead on the cello with no music. He was looking, half the time he wasn't even looking. He was looking off like this. And you could tell he was always being a showman, putting his emotion on his face and stuff, playing that stuff. And I was like, all right, then I see you, Yo Mama. I see Yo Mama, Yo Yo Ma, I see you. But I still say the LSO and Maestro David Cho, they was jamming, son. They was bringing it. They wasn't playing with it. Now, Yo Yo Ma came out and had his little stank to it, put his little on it, you know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed the LSO before Yo Yo Mama and them came out. But it was a good time though. It gave me and lovely wife an opportunity to dress up a little bit and mix and mingle with the in crowd or whoever they was. Actually, I don't know none of them folks, but it was cool though. We had some good seats too, man. We was right there. I could clearly see the action. In fact, there was a time when it was so good, the music was so good, it was very moving. And the music reminded me of, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of this Dvorak music from the composer Dvorak, I think, have y'all seen The Nightmare Before Christmas? Have y'all seen that Johnny Depp movie, Sleepy Hollow? Have y'all seen Batman, Tim Burton's Batman? Y'all remember Looney Tunes, all them classical pieces they would play in the background? That's what that music sounded like. It was very dynamic. It had a lot of lows, slows, quiet parts, and then back to low and slow and quiet. And it was very dark in some places, but very jubilant and joyous in some places, and triumphant. It was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Little old Buddy Holly Hall trying to put it down. That's pretty dope, man. If that's your thing, and if it ain't your thing, that's cool too. But we had a real good time, a real good time. And I would just say, for all y'all out there who say that it ain't nothing going on in Lubbock, man, I done just told you, out and about, we saw Dvorak, we saw Yo Ma in the LBK at Buddy Holly Hall. I wonder if Buddy Holly was still alive, would he get down with Yo Ma? That's a good question. Good question. We got down with him pretty good. Well, LBK, we got a lot of stuff coming up for Juneteenth. I implore y'all to get out there and enjoy it. Black or white, Hispanic, whatever your race, color, creed may be, it's for everybody, man. It's all about the community. I feel like community means everybody you live next to. It ain't just people. People always say people who look like me. Yeah, it ain't just people who look like me. I feel like all y'all my community. You know what I'm saying? So like to see y'all out there. And I got me some new camera, a little new lens, some new equipment and stuff. So I got to get out there and test it out. Matter of fact, if my video look kind of funny, that's because I got a new camera and I'm still working the bugs out of it. Not the bug. It ain't got no bugs. I got some bugs. I'm trying to learn this mug. But anyway, real good talking to y'all this week. Y'all have a blessed week, man. Y'all go out there, get into some of that Juneteenth stuff. Have fun with it. Learn something. Mix and mingle. And I'll see y'all out and about. And we'll holler at y'all next week. All right? Peace.